Hello and welcome and namaste from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Gautam Roy. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Imran Khan's sister Uzma Khanum says the former Pakistan Prime Minister's health is fine, but he's being mentally tortured after meeting him in jail following weeks of being denied access. US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is in Moscow to meet Putin over the Ukraine peace plan. Kyiv counters Russia's claim of having taken key Donetsk logistics hub for crops completely. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi to initiate discussion on 150 years of national song Vande Mataram in the lower house of Parliament on Monday. Electoral reforms to be debated on Tuesday. Amid mounting concerns over the health of former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan in jail, his supporters have been staging large-scale protests in Islamabad and Rawalpindi despite a ban on big gatherings imposed in the twin cities. The incarcerated leader has had no contact with anyone for nearly a month, and in response to the planned demonstrations organised by Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf or PTI party, authorities imposed Section 144 in both the cities. The protests were scheduled outside Adara jail in Rawalpindi, where Khan has been held since August 2023. And in the latest, the Pakistani government allowed Imran Khan's sister Uzma Khanum to meet him in prison after a large number of party supporters gathered outside Adara jail following speculation over his health and well-being. Uzma entered the prison in the afternoon as several PTI workers gathered outside the jail premises demanding transparency about Imran's condition. Imran Khan's sister said the former Pakistani Prime Minister's health is fine, but he's being mentally tortured after meeting him in jail following weeks of being denied access.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ठीक है, मगर जिंदगी वो उन्होंने बड़े गुस्से में थे, कहते हैं कि हमें ये मेंटल टॉर्चर कर रहे हैं और सारा दिन कमरे में बंद, थोड़ा सा बाहर जब निकल सकते हैं, कोई किसी से कम्युनिकेशन नहीं।
कितनी देर मुलाकात रही है मैडम आपकी?
The anticipation continues to build over the visit of Russian President Vladimir Putin to India on the 4th and 5th of this month. Ahead of the visit, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov hailed the relationship with India and said that Russia is proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with India during its historic growth. In a virtual press meet with Indian journalists on Tuesday, Peskov said two sides will work out a way to navigate the tariff imposed by the Trump administration on India for purchasing Russian oil.
India for us is a great partner, and we do hope that the visit of President Putin will be successful. As successful was the visit of Prime Minister Modi 1 year ago to Moscow. President and Prime Minister had a very, very good possibility to spend lots of hours together discussing the most sensitive issues of the global and regional agenda. We hope that this will be the case for New Delhi meeting the day after tomorrow.
Peskov added that President Putin, during his meeting with Prime Minister Modi, will discuss both bilateral and international issues. He added that Putin will also share a first-hand assessment of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict and the ways to resolve it.
We do appreciate the position and the stand of India vis-à-vis Ukrainian settlement and Ukrainian affair. We do appreciate the readiness of New Delhi to contribute to a search of peaceful solution in this very complicated conflict. And we do respect the position of Prime Minister Modi. And we do respect the possibility of exchanging information from the first hands between himself and our president, and we hope that this practice will continue.
India's Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju said that the Lok Sabha will take up a debate on the 150th anniversary of national song Vande Mataram on Monday and on electoral reforms on Tuesday next week. The decision was taken after an all-party meeting and a business advisory committee chaired by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. The discussion in the Lok Sabha on the 150th anniversary of the national song Vande Mataram will start at noon on Monday, 8th of December, and the discussion on election reforms will be again at noon, but the next day on Tuesday on the 9th of December. Prime Minister Modi will initiate the debate on 150 years of Vande Mataram. The minister also said that 10 hours each have been allotted to both the debates, adding that time could be extended if the House deems it fit. Meanwhile, both the houses of the Indian Parliament adjourned to meet again on the 3rd of December, that is on Wednesday at 11 in the morning, Indian Standard Time, amid uproar in Parliament. Before adjournment, Minister of State for Finance Pankaj Chaudhary moved the Manipur Goods and Services Tax Second Amendment Bill 2025 in the upper house or Rajya Sabha for consideration. After discussion, the Rajya Sabha returns the Manipur GST bill to the lower house or the Lok Sabha. While replying to the discussion on the bill in the Rajya Sabha, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman explained the importance of the amendment.
Sir, this particular amendment is very important, sir, because it does two things. The very important reform-based steps that we have taken in GST, like track and trace system. Once you do the track and trace system, which is a very big step in administering the GST, you are able to prevent leakages. And therefore, that was one of the things which was passed in the Finance Act of 25. Now we are making it into a bill for Manipur.
The new complex housing Prime Minister's office or the PMO will now be known as Seva Tirth, in line with Citizen First governance. Seva Tirth will be the workplace designed to reflect the spirit of service and where national priorities are shaped. The Central Secretariat will now be known as Kartavya Bhavan. India's public institutions are undergoing a quiet but profound shift. The change in names reflects a shift in mindset which speaks the language of seva or service, kartavya or duty, and citizen first governance. The idea of governance is moving from power to service and from authority to responsibility. This change is not just administrative, but rather cultural and moral. India's solar journey is powering its emergence as a global clean energy leader. As a founding member and host of the International Solar Alliance, or ISA, which is headquartered in Gurugram, India has championed solar energy deployment, finance and technology transfer across more than 125 member nations. In October 2025, India hosted the 8th ISA Assembly in New Delhi, bringing together ministers and delegates worldwide to advance strategies for resilient solar value chains, inclusive access and accelerated adoption of solar energy. The solar sector has expanded at an unprecedented pace over the past decade, growing from just 3 gigawatts in 2014 to 129.92 gigawatts by October 2025, a remarkable over 40-fold increase. This rapid growth has made solar the largest contributor to the renewable energy portfolio, surpassing wind, hydro and biomass capacities. The surge in solar capacity is driving a steady increase in the share of renewable energy in the overall power mix. These achievements underscore India's commitment to a low-carbon energy transition and highlight the pivotal role of solar energy in building a resilient, sustainable and secure electricity grid. And India continues to be the first responder, standing firmly in solidarity with the government and the people of Sri Lanka in its time of need. With support of all 3 Indian forces, Operation Sagar Bandhu is on at full swing, providing rescue and relief efforts post the impact of the cyclone.
India has once again emerged as a dependable first responder in the Indian Ocean region. In the wake of Cyclone Ditwa, which has caused massive devastation across Sri Lanka, New Delhi has launched Operation Sagar Bandhu, a large-scale humanitarian mission to support rescue and relief efforts. Indian Army has deployed an integrated task force comprising dedicated medical engineering units. The medical team includes advanced dressing stations and mobile surgical teams equipped with operation theatre. The engineering team are supporting restoration of essential services and infrastructure in the cyclone-hit region. two Indian naval ships, INS Vikrant and INS Udaygiri, already present in Colombo, swung into action at short notice. India handed over 9.5 tons of emergency rations, while INS Sukanya delivered an additional 53 tons of relief material. Indian Navy teams continue to work alongside Sri Lankan authorities to stabilize the worst-hit coastal regions. Indian Air Force deployed 3 aircrafts lifting 31.5 tons of essential supplies, tents, blankets, hygiene kits, food packets, medicines and 2 Bhishma medical cubes. Chetak helicopters from INS Vikrant and Indian Air Force Mi-17s carried out extensive rescue operations. Pregnant women, infants and injured civilians all were airlifted from marooned pockets. Over 2,000 Indians stranded by cyclone have already been evacuated through special Indian Air Force and commercial flights. Among those rescued were citizens from 12 countries including Germany, UK, Australia and Sri Lanka. NDRF teams are operating in severely affected regions, conducting continuous search and rescue, pulling stranded families to safety. India remains committed in sharing its expertise in providing humanitarian assistance and disaster relief missions. In line with this, India has also deployed 5-member medical team and 80 specialized urban search and rescue personnel to strengthen operation on the ground. Indian High Commissioner Santosh Jha reviewed the NDRF rescue operations. He also interacted with locals and ensured full support for evacuation. On Monday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke with Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Dissanayaka, assuring full support under India's Vision Mahasagar. From naval relief to airlift missions and ground rescue, Operation Sagar Bandhu stands as yet another example of India's commitment to the region in times of crisis. With Bureau Input, Dr. Ahmad Moin Faruqi's report, TD India.
Air India has once again come under regulators' scrutiny, this time for operating 8 commercial flights on an aircraft, the Airworthiness Review Certificate of which, or ARC, had expired. The DGCA has termed this as a serious safety lapse, saying flying without a valid Airworthiness Review Certificate puts passengers and crew at potential risk. The regulator has immediately grounded the aircraft and de-rostered the personnel involved, launching a detailed investigation into how the lapse took place. Air India has informed the DGCA about the issue on the 26th of November this year. Now, this incident adds to a series of earlier warnings to the airline over crew fatigue management, training and other safety concerns. Learning lessons from the 7th of October terror attack, Israeli startups at Tech Defense Week in Tel Aviv have been presenting innovative solutions to tackle challenges which arise during battles and terror incidents, including trauma care for injured soldiers and civilians. One such startup, Pulsite, has developed a device which can, within seconds, assess the condition of a trauma victim using a simple neck patch. The device not only provides vitals, but can also help evaluate multiple injured people at once, enabling the prioritization of medical care in critical situations. DD India's Akshay Dongre reports from Tel Aviv.
Trauma-related confusion in a mass casualty situation can be now a thing of past, as there is a firm here in Israel at the Defense Tech Week that has brought a very innovative product that can in fact analyze the requirement, the priority that is needed as far as the triage is concerned, as far as giving treatment to people are concerned, that will be based on a product that this company is going to unveil. First of all, let me thank you so much for speaking with us, and I would like to understand about Pulsite and about your product. What is it, how is it going to function, and what are the key elements of it?
Okay, so what we've developed is a wearable, disposable neck patch that you can use in trauma. Right. You just peel it, you stick it, you get all the vital signs visually on the sticker, but also you get all the data to your tablets. Right. We're agnostic to which device you use.
Right. So what are the vital signs that will be given, that will be showcased in this device? What are the key vital signs you're targeting?
Yeah, so in trauma care schematics, you need to take 3 major vital signs, which is the heart rate, the BPM, the SpO2, saturation, and blood pressure. Right. So that's the basic 3, but we're working on gathering more, like temperature, vibration, breathing rate, and stuff like that.
So how is it going to help the treatment and prioritization? If you can just tell us in brief, like what is your vision for your product?
So first of all, it's going to help even if we have one casualty.
Right.
Because from the beginning, I'm as a civilian can stick the sticker. I don't need to wait for the paramedic. I can stick the sticker and then I can already collect all the data. So I'm saving the paramedic a lot of time. He's coming to the scene and he's already see the vital signs.
Time is essential when it comes to medical, treatment that should be given to an injured person. What is going to be the price element of it?
Our goal price is there are two elements to the product: the physical product and the SaaS, the software, which is a different service. I can tell you about the product that our goal price is the reusable part will be $100 and the disposable part would be less than $10.
Well, that is going to be great, and thank you so much, and
Sure,
all the
you're
best to you. Time is essential when it comes to treatment of any sort of casualty, especially when there are 5 injured people. You have to prioritize which soldier deserves treatment first, requires treatment first, and this is what this product provides you. It gives you clarity on the battlefield that can prevent lives, that can prevent deaths, and can save lives when it comes to the situation which requires the most amount of attention from the limited resources that are on the battlefield. In Tel Aviv, Israel, Akshay Dongre, DD India.
And still to come in this edition of DD India Live. Hong Kong's leader John Lee announces a judge-led independent committee to probe the city's deadliest high-rise fire. And Japan carries out drills for restarting a nuclear power plant shut after the Fukushima disaster to meet Tokyo's rising energy demands.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you with majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Johar. Johar. It fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout हो गया.
Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Gautam Roy. Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin will be meeting US President Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and son-in-law Jared Kushner in the Kremlin on Tuesday after 1400 GMT. Putin, Witkoff and Kushner are expected to hold talks on a possible way to end the conflict in Ukraine. Though Ukraine has expressed its willingness to accept the revised proposals, Russia has not yet made its position clear yet. And Ukraine on Tuesday said that fighting is still ongoing in Pokrovsk, an important logistics hub in the eastern Donetsk region, which Moscow claimed to have captured after months of intensive fighting. Russian Defense Ministry released footage of soldiers raising their flag in the city center, but Ukraine says those troops were pushed back. Russian forces reportedly advanced amid poor weather conditions. Russia's President Vladimir Putin said the capture of Pokrovsk will help Russia resolve key tasks of its offensive.
I will come back to this later, but I already want to thank you now for the results of the work in Krasnoyarsk, to thank you, the entire command staff, the group's personnel, and of course the fighters, our guys who are carrying out these combat missions.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said on Tuesday that Ukraine cannot join the alliance at this time, as membership requires unanimous approval from all allies.
We all recognize that our security is deeply linked, and we are all working to bring the war against Ukraine to an end with a just and lasting peace. We welcome the ongoing efforts led by the United States to make this a reality, and I'm confident that these sustained efforts will eventually restore peace in Europe.
Eventually, restoration of peace is the hope that's been expressed there. Now, amid the mounting tensions between the United States and Venezuela, President Nicolas Maduro has said that he swears absolute loyalty to the Venezuelan people. Maduro, ringed by other top officials, spoke to a crowd outside the presidential palace after the government called a march to swear in new local party leaders for the ruling PSUV Socialist Party. Maduro was accompanied by his wife, Celia Flores, and Interior Minister, who was wearing a red baseball cap embroidered with "Doubt is betrayal," as well as other top officials. Tensions between the two countries, including US strikes against alleged drug smuggling boats in the Caribbean, repeated threats by Trump to extend military operations inland, and the designation of Cartel de los Soles, a group the Trump administration says includes Maduro, as a foreign terrorist organization, have been escalating for months. Maduro denies any criminal activities. Meanwhile, in a new development, President Maduro has approved a migrant repatriation flight from the United States. An Eastern Airlines flight flying from Phoenix has been authorized to land at Maiquetía, near Caracas. The Transportation Ministry said in a statement the flights have been paused after Donald Trump's threat of closing the airspace over Venezuela. Updates on the Hong Kong building fire now. The toll in the high-rise towers fire has increased to 156, with 15 people arrested for suspected manslaughter. Hong Kong's leader John Lee has announced an independent judicial probe to investigate the city's deadliest high-rise fire in decades after authorities found substandard building materials accelerated the blaze. The Hong Kong authority announced that residents will be given a one-off opportunity to return home to retrieve personal belongings starting on Wednesday. Authorities have pointed to substandard plastic mesh and insulation foam used during renovation works at the Wang Fu Court for fueling a blaze which quickly spread to 7 high-rise towers, home to more than 4,000 people. And mourners paid tributes near the scene of the deadly building fire on Tuesday to mark 1 week after the victim's passing, a custom known as the Day of the Soul's Return. Crowds gathered near the burnt-out remains of the towers, laying flowers and leaving written notes. In Japan, about 20 workers conducted a routine safety drill on Monday for a top business delegation which visited the world's largest nuclear power plant, the Kashiwazaki Kariwa, for inspection. The Kashiwazaki Kariwa plant, located northeast from Tokyo on the Sea of Japan coast, was shut after a powerful tsunami destroyed the Fukushima Daiichi reactor in 2011. Monday's drills were staged as part of a wider PR effort by Tokyo Electric Power Company, or TEPCO, to move the plant towards reopening. An assembly session that began today will decide whether to approve the plant's partial restart at a time when Japan needs domestic power sources more than ever. Before the 2011 Fukushima disaster, Japan operated 54 nuclear reactors. Of the 33 that remain operable, 14 have been restarted. Unit number 6 alone could improve the supply-demand situation in the energy-hungry Tokyo area by 2%. India's Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting, Dr. L. Murugan, inaugurated the exhibition of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting at Kashi Tamil Sangam 4.0 in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. He highlighted the theme of Kashi Tamil Sangam 4.0, Let us learn Tamil, Tamil Karkalam, carrying forward the belief that all Indian languages belong to a shared Bharatiya Bhasha family. And the Indian Railways is operating a series of several special trains between Kanyakumari, Chennai, Coimbatore and Banaras to facilitate large-scale participation in the Kashi Tamil Sangamam 4.0. These special trains have been scheduled to ensure seamless travel, comfortable long-distance connectivity and timely arrivals for participants attending the multi-day cultural immersion program. Sports now, and the Khelo India University Games in the state of Rajasthan witnessed stellar performances from young athletes. Rajasthan Technical University's Busra Khan clinched gold in the women's 5,000 meters race, followed by Rinki Dhanya of KBCNMU with silver and Nirmala of Maharaja Ganga Singh University securing bronze. In the men's 5,000 meters, Trilok Kumar of Lalit Narayan Mithila University struck gold, while Gaurav Yadav from Deen Dayal Upadhyaya University took silver. Hammer throw saw a dominant show by Tanya Chaudhary, who hurled 64.29 meters to win gold. Hakikat Kaur Grewal earned silver and Amandeep Kaur claimed bronze, adding to the excitement at the Games. The England and Wales Cricket Board on Tuesday named its playing 11 for the second Ashes Test against Australia, with spinning all-rounder Will Jacks set to replace injured pacer Mark Wood. Jacks has played in 2 previous Test matches for England and claimed a maiden 5-wicket haul on debut against Pakistan in 2022. Wood experienced soreness in his left knee after the series opener in Perth, which Australia won by 8 wickets inside 2 days to take a 1-0 lead in the 5-match series. The second Test starts at the Gabba on Thursday. Former England cricketer Robin Smith, nicknamed the Judge, has died unexpectedly at the age of 62 in Australia. His family is confirmed. Born in South Africa, Smith represented England in 62 tests between 1988 and 1996, scoring 4,000-plus runs at an average of 43.67, alongside 2,419 ODI runs. Renowned for his fearless batting against fast bowlers, he was a Hampshire legend and one of England's most charismatic players. Tributes poured in from Hampshire and the ECB, recalling his courage, power and unforgettable innings, including his iconic 167 not out against Australia at Edgbaston in 1993. And that's all we have for this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. And for those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India's mobile app. It's available on both Android and iOS. Just scan the QR code and just download the app right away. We'll be back with more news that breaks here on DD India. I'm Gautam Roy, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.